When companies are down 80 or 90%, it's because they're going out of business. All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk to you about a company called Electrameccanica Vehicle Corp. Stock ticker SOLO. These guys are a small cap EV manufacturer. We cover a lot of small cap high growth stocks on this channel, and we try to cover a lot of the small cap side of the EV sector as well. If those are things you're interested in, do us a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And of course, in addition to that, if you enjoy this video, please smash the like button. Feel free to leave a comment below on any thoughts you may have. The first thing I want to do is just show you what these guys do, because it is very different than anything else anybody's doing. This is an electric vehicle, and it's a one-passenger vehicle. This is the Solo. So this is their flagship vehicle, the Solo. It is, in fact, the only one they're selling right now, although I'm going to show you a couple of other vehicles that are in various stages of getting ready to be presented to the consumer. This one's the Solo. It's $18,500. It's a single passenger vehicle. So this is a front view of the vehicle, and you can see it has 0 emissions, 110 volt standard outlet charging, 80 miles per hour. So at the moment, this is a Western United States company. I believe they sell in 5 different states, and the main area that they have started in is California. So they will hopefully be branching out throughout the United States over the course of years, but at the moment they've got their hands full just with the 5 states they're in on the West Coast. Okay, so this is another vehicle that they're going to offer. This vehicle they have prototypes of. This is not for sale yet. So they show you some different angles of the car. You know, here's the interior. So they really have it set up like an old-time machine, but air conditioning, modern infotainment system featuring Bluetooth and USB connectivity with a vintage look, heated seats, automatic windows, power locks. So this is a best of both worlds. This is a car from the future, but it's made to look like it's from the 50s. Even further off in the future, this is called the Tofino. So I don't even know if they have a prototype of this vehicle yet. So they don't have a price for it. You can take a reservation by just putting your name down. There's no deposit. So this seems very, very early stages, but it's out there, and it's some of the new stuff they're working on. So they're innovating, I guess, is my point. They're not just going to stay as this one option, the Solo car, this one-seat commuter car. I want to look at some numbers, and then I'm going to go through some press releases that these guys have given to kind of update where their business is at. Because these guys have been trying to get this car to market for a long time. They were manufacturing in China. I don't think that went the way that they hoped it would go. They have a new plan that is well underway. They're going to do all their manufacturing here in the United States. I believe it's in Texas, and we'll read that press release in a few minutes. So, and that's all almost done and set up to go. So I think this is a company that struggled, and as a result, you'll see its stock has been trashed, but it is now oversold, in my opinion, big time. So it's now trading at $1.81. Its 52-week high was $9.74. It was up around $13 or $14 just a few months before that. At that point, actually, that was overbought without a doubt, so it didn't necessarily belong at $13 or $14. In my opinion, it certainly doesn't belong at $1.81. That leaves it with a market cap of $217 million. So this is now a very small company. And I want to show you another number in conjunction with this, because this is where it starts to not make sense. And I'm finding a few stocks out there that have this situation going on. If you look at the cash that this company has, they have $228.8 million in cash. So they also have $2 million in debt. So if you want to take net cash, it's approximately $227 million. Well, their market cap is $217 million, which means their market cap, their value for the entire company, is less than the amount of cash they have in the bank minus their debt. That doesn't make any sense to me. That is a clear sign that something is oversold. Now, there are certain circumstances where that can make sense. If the cash burn rate is very high and it's a company that looks like it's on the verge of going out of business and has very little time left, then you may find this scenario. But this is a company that has $228 million in cash. Their cash burn is a small fraction of that. So this company could last for years even if they had no sales, but they do have sales. They're just starting, but they do have sales. So this is from Yahoo Finance. You guys are probably familiar with this. Apparently there's two analysts covering them for revenue for the year 2021, and their estimated revenue $1.3 million. In 2020, their sales were $605,000. So you can see very little activity. They just started selling things in 2020. They really had to press the reset button in 2021. And their official launch, and we'll look at this, they consider their official first sale just this October. So next year, you'll see we have three analysts covering this, and they're thinking close to $13 million in sales. You know, that's almost a 900% increase. And when you're dealing in smaller numbers like this, you know, things can get outrageous like that. Management expects their growth trajectory to be large. They expect to be selling $500 million in cars sometime in the next 5 years. So you can do the math. They're going to have massive growth between now and then to make that happen. And again, I want to reiterate, this is an early stage company. You're going to see they've only sold a few cars. They have to prove out their ability to sell this many cars, but they have set themselves up in a position to do so. Now it's just a matter of execution. So there is risk. This stock does deserve a discount, but it does not deserve to be on a fire sale at less than the amount of cash they have in the bank, in my opinion. Okay, so to follow up on what we were talking about, Electrameccanica provides update on the Mesa assembly facility. The facility in Mesa, Arizona is the company's new 235,000 square foot U.S. assembly and engineering technical center, which is on track and scheduled to be commissioned in the summer of 2022. With the purpose of assembling an enhanced U.S.-built 2023 model year Solo EV. They've already got their 2023 year model built. It's going through testing right now, and they're going to ramp up production here. And you'll see the first flex line at the facility will have the ability to produce up to 20,000 vehicles per year. So this single facility is going to be an all-inclusive spot, and it has massive capacity. Okay, now here's a summary of their sales, and you're going to see these are some small numbers, but they do add up. This is January 18th, 2022. Electrameccanica concludes 2021 with Solo EV commercial delivery milestone. Company initiated first deliveries in Q4 2021, shipping a total of 61 vehicles to consumers and fleets. They today announced the company has delivered 19 Solo EVs during the month of December and a total of 61 Solo EVs to reservation and fleet holders for the year 2021. They have now sold and delivered 61 cars. So obviously that is just the very beginning. But at $18,500, that is well over $1 million of sales. So they're on target for their 2021 sales number that we talked about. That's all already done. Okay, this was put out on January 11th, 2022. This is Electrameccanica 2021, the CEO's letter to the shareholders. So I just want to read a couple of lines from this. Okay, so the CEO says, most notably, in October, we achieved a decade-long dream. So this company's 10 years old. They've been working towards this. So the fact that they delivered 61 cars in the fourth quarter, although that seems like a small number, they've actually crossed a massive threshold. For 10 years, they've been trying to get a car done, built, and delivered. And, you know, obviously that's a long process, but they are at the finish line. Okay, so anyway, October we achieved a decade-long dream as we delivered the first commercial Solo in the company's history as part of an invite-only unveiling event held in Los Angeles for early reservation holders. So they had a kickoff event. This was what they really considered the first sales in company's history. Okay, then the last paragraph, he talks about 2022. We are entering 2022 in a stronger position than ever. Not only do we expect production to ramp significantly, but we have the necessary infrastructure surrounding sales, marketing, logistics, and service networks in place to ensure success. Backed by a balance sheet with over $228 million. So here's his letter on January 11th, reiterating these guys have $228 million in the bank. And remember, their market cap of their whole company is $217 million. We are confident in our ability to revolutionize the transportation space by providing consumers, fleets, and rideshare users a purpose-built solution to solve today's urban driving challenges. So this is Solo's chart on the one-day time frame. So each one of these candles represents 1 day. This is approximately the last 1 year. On February 4th, 2021, this stock hit $9.74. This stock actually popped up to $13.60. So we're not going to count that. That's not inside of the 52-week range. And quite frankly, this company was probably a little bit overbought at these $10 to $13 numbers. So if we go not from their all-time high a few months earlier, but just from their 52-week high down to where they're trading today, this company is down over 80% from its 52-week high until where it is right now today. So that is a monumental pullback. Again, I've gone through some other of these small cap stocks in the past. When companies are down 80 or 90%, it's because they're going out of business. But again, these guys have $228 million in cash. They have a product that's finished. They've got 61 sold and delivered. They have a 235,000 square foot facility that's coming online this summer. This does not sound to me like a company going out of business anytime soon, if for no other reason than they have the cash to last another 5 or 6 or 7 years. Down 80% doesn't make any sense to me. Down where they've now valued the company at less than its cash, which means they're taking its cash, they're discounting that, and valuing the entire rest of the company at zero. Okay, so if I just go back about 1.5 months from January 27th back to December 9th, this stock was trading at somewhere around $2.97. That would represent a 60% increase in the price of their stock just to get back to where they were in December. And again, as you can see, there's been no negative news on this in the last month and a half. So this has all just been a part of the downward pressure on the overall stock market and the downward pressure in specific on small cap high growth stocks. In addition to that, this is an EV company, and the small cap EVs have gotten beat up particularly worse than everything else. If this stock could get back to where it was on November 8th, which is less than 3 months ago, that would represent a 119% increase in the stock. That would be more than a double in the price of this stock just to get back to where it was about 2.5 months ago. If they were to get back to their 52-week high, so again, they were there within the last 52 weeks, that would be a 427% increase in the price of this stock. So to me, that's not a price target I'm looking at, but I do think, somewhere in a 12-month period, there's a 50 to 100% upside potential on this stock. So obviously, again, this is not financial advice. I can't tell you guys what stock to buy, so please do your own due diligence. But this one I think belongs on people's watch list at least. That's all I got on Solo. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.